All right, and we are live this morning, and Penny is alive here this morning. So here we are. We've got a picture of her with her sunglasses on, her pink flower sunglasses here this morning, and I thought you might like to see this picture. That's right, there she is, top monitor right there. Penny is in the shot here this morning. That's a picture of her, and she is looking good this morning, folks, looking good. She posed that for me and said, put that on Facebook because it's the day everybody that has a dog is supposed to take them to work. And then she looked at me and she goes, so why? What's different about today? That's right. What's different about today? That's what she wants to know. She's at work every day. Hey, Penny, stay right here with me. That's right. Don't go anywhere. We got a show to do. So, let's go back to our regular pictures. There she is. Princess Penny is making a little noise here this morning. Now she's yawning. That's right. She goes, what the heck? Why do I have to do this every day? Work is great, but do you have to go every day? Yes, that's what Penny's saying. Every day at work. Anyways, I was thinking last night about all the good stuff we're seeing out there of people that are seeing America for the first time. And I thought, looking at things through fresh eyes, when we go to Europe and everything, we're always so amazed if we have the opportunity to travel at things. I was thinking about, I was in England, in London one time, and enjoying a breakfast, but I thought their breakfasts over there were terrible because I like coffee for breakfast. So they brought me, I ordered coffee for breakfast. I guess it was because I didn't order tea. Maybe if I'd ordered tea, I would have had a different effect here, right? But, so I ordered tea, and such was life. I ordered coffee, and as I'm ordering the coffee, they bring it in a little cup, and I looked at that, and it wasn't an espresso; it was just coffee. So I said to him, could I have another cup of coffee? And they looked at me like aghast that I would ask for another cup of coffee. Then they told me they'd have to charge me for another cup of coffee. And I thought about, wow, at home when we want a cup of coffee, we just, you get free refills. Well, not that way in England. So I thought about some of the things, and I thought about how people are so excited to be here for FIFA, for seeing all the things, the ranch dressing being put in, chugged at the airports because people didn't want to put it in their carry-on luggage or couldn't put it in their carry-on luggage. It was too late. I thought about the Japanese cleaning the stands because where they're from in Japan, they have to clean the stadium themselves. All the things. I saw a story last night where a rancher in Texas took a couple of people, I think, or two couples, I think they were from Poland, and how he took them to his ranch. It was 30-plus acres, a small ranch, actually, and took them there, and they were amazed at the spaciousness and all the good that was out there in our country, things that we take for granted. So sometimes it's good to look at things through fresh eyes, to have a different perspective. And when you see the amount of people that are having a great time, foreigners. I saw a guy from Japan last night who had overstayed his time here. It wasn't like he was his time from going home to get back to work. He only had a few days leave or vacation, and he'd overstayed it, and he was like, Send more leave time. I need more leave time to stay here and see more in the United States. So my point is, here we are getting ready to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the great country of the United States of America. And although we don't always agree on all the different points, in fact, right now, it seems like we are a very divided and torn country. The things that we take for granted day in and day out certainly keep us, we have no idea how blessed we are. And even when it comes to the trials and the tribulations we go through in life, we just don't realize how blessed we are. So I thought it would be neat to just take a moment and recognize the fact, yes, it's Take Your Dog to Work Day. And as Penny says, she goes every day to work. So what's the big deal, right? What's the big deal, Princess Penny? And she goes, in fact, I wanted to stay outside and chase a squirrel this morning, and you're hauling me back in, so I couldn't do that. So as we get ready, a week from tomorrow will be July 4th. I think maybe what we need is some fresh eyes and to really look at what our country went through. And if you are so fortunate to travel, to go to Mexico, Canada, Europe, wherever you get to go, you really ought to look at what our country has built here for us and how blessed we are. Because I go back to my cup of coffee in England and how it was a small cup and they wanted to charge me for a refill. How disappointed and unbelievable, can't believe that this is the way it is. But when we go abroad and we go different places, we think, wow, these things are so great. But we forget how much greater it is really most of the time here. Yes, some countries are older. Yes, they may have this, that, and the other. But they don't have the expansiveness of our country. They don't have the ability to, if you want it, you can probably buy it right here in the good old USA. So, salute to the United States of America. 250 years of a lot of angst, but a lot of great things too. And after all, where would the world be if it hadn't been for the USA, the ability to create things, flying? I mean, where did we get that? USA. Electricity, where did that come from? USA. I mean, advances in medicine, USA. Now, we may have gotten too big for our britches sometimes, but we still innovated and brought things, and the people of the United States of America started on the East Coast and took it all the way to the West Coast, built railroads, did things that were amazing. And sometimes I think we just forget these things, and our eyes are only about what we want. So I just wanted to do that little salute to America as we celebrate Take Your Dog to Work Day. And let's see if I can put this picture up here of Penny again, as she was styling for me a little bit earlier here this morning, going, What's the big deal? Yeah, there she is. Princess Penny on the main screen right here on WCRS. We are live on Facebook this morning, so good morning! Glad we've made it here another week. It is the last weekend of June. So let's go ahead and get started here this morning. I got some interesting topics. I hope you're going to stay with me, have another cup of coffee. Plenty of refills on this station. That's right. Anyways, let's check the weather. It is a little soupy out there this morning. I will say that. It is a little soupy. So let's check and see what the weather says we are going to do. Feels like 73 is 73. What are we looking for today? Friday. Cloudy skies this morning will become partly cloudy this afternoon. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High of 87. Chance of rain. Well, it's only about 19-20%, so not bad at all as far as a chance of rain, since we do have the Festival of Stars going on over there in 96. Kicked it off yesterday afternoon with some rides and whatnot, and I must say they have expanded and got quite a selection of rides. So there you go. Just giving you a little update. Yesterday we thought it was going to rain more. Today, not really. So that's a good thing. What are we looking at tonight? Wow, just a low of 72, high of 87. Saturday's going to come in with a high of 91, low of 72, about a 25% chance of some showers. Let's go ahead and check out what they're saying for partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. But, of course, Saturday night they'll be doing all their fireworks and everything, so let's hope it's cleared up. By the way, I was outside last night. Looks like the moon has kind of a pink tint to it. Anybody else notice that? I thought that was kind of cool. Sunday comes in with a high of 91, low of 73, about again a 25% chance of some rain, but we'll have sunshine and clouds mixed, a stray shower or thunderstorm. Monday continues that warm streak, warming up a little bit more. High of 94 with a low of 72, about a 40% chance of showers. Tuesday, 93, Wednesday, 96, Thursday, 97, Friday, 99. You'll be able to cook an egg right out there on your car. My goodness, high of 99. Saturday, also July 4th, high of 99, low of 73, about a 30% chance of showers here in Greenwood. Sunday cools down to 96. That's your weather forecast, at least for the next week. That's just a maybe, but the one thing we can say, it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. All right, well, I don't know if you've seen any of the things going on up there in Washington, D.C. with the state fair, the Great American State Fair. One of the things that I would have liked to have ridden on is that 110-foot tall Ferris wheel. Have you seen that? Oh, my gosh. And the views look absolutely fabulous. Penny goes, I don't care about that. But the views do look really pretty to be up there. And, of course, they've got all these booths. They're talking about all these different things. But so that's going on. And then, of course, coming up a week from Saturday, they will be doing what, Ann? They will be burying the time capsule. Now, we have talked a little bit about this story in the past, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about the time capsule this morning because I just think it's a pretty cool story, and the different things that people are putting in the time capsule. And one of the things I wanted as I'm talking, I thought you might think about if Greenwood was burying a time capsule from right now to be open 250 years in the future. I think we did a time capsule here in Greenwood. Was it for the 100th anniversary of Greenwood? I think so. I think there was a time capsule. But if we were contributing something from Greenwood, what would you want to contribute from Greenwood, South Carolina? Anybody have any ideas on what you might like to contribute? This time capsule is made to last. We've talked about that before, how they wanted to do it in a star shape, but the possibility of leaks were too great, so they made it a cylinder. It weighs almost 1 ton, a little over 900 pounds, in order to protect the contents that are put in there. You can actually go on a website for South Carolina, or not for SC2, no, not SC, 250, America 250, and you can see the list. Let me get you that, America 250, america250.org, and they actually have a thing with all the contents from all the different states. What I found that was interesting to me is I would think of something, right? Like South Carolina is donating one coin, a commemorative coin for SC250, and a pin from 250. So, okay, I don't think that's too exciting. I think we could have done better, but maybe not. One place, where was it, was donating a whalebone. But a lot of the states had their governors write letters to whoever would be the governor 250 years from now. Don't you find that amazing that they would think, oh yeah, let me write a letter and we'll put it there and we'll see. They'll write it to the future state of California, the future state of Oklahoma. I like the idea of an item, particularly one that might have historic importance. What was the movie? What was the movie where? Oh gosh, I can't think of the movie. Where they had preserved, where the guy had the cassette, and it was. Oh, it's a recent movie. I can never remember names. Anyways, he had a cassette of all the music from back in the 1970s, and he'd play that, and everybody was like, what is this music? And it just really, of course, spoke to him. But are there not interesting things that could go in there? For example, if we were doing a time capsule for of things that were going in it for 250 years from now, what would be in it from Greenwood? I think that's kind of an interesting question. Could there be something that you might think would be good? You can comment at 864-332-9355. Yes, it's Coffee Talk with Ann, and Penny, excuse me. Actually, it's Coffee Talk with Penny and Ann. So why wouldn't we do something like, I don't know, what would we do? What could you put in there that would be so Americana, something maybe that could last? A dried peach? Crystallized sweet tea that when mixed with water turns into sweet tea 250 years from now. I mean, I just think there could be something from Greenwood that could be there. I don't know. What do you think? 864-332-9355. 864-332-9355. What should Greenwood put if we had a time capsule? Stephanie says, I think it would be cool to include something about all of the controversy and the progress of the data centers. Well, there you go. Because when they open that time capsule, surely they will have moved on past that. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. And probably be surprised at the lack of technology we have now. Well, that is pretty cool. Yeah, and something very small. What, a USB? And they'd go, what is this? Because now everything is implanted into your skin, right, or something. But yeah, what would be cool to include? A newspaper from the Index Journal commemorating July 4th, maybe, or commemorating other years. Maybe it's shrunk down on a little... you can't send an actual because the paper would probably dissolve, but make it some archival type thing. Most places did not think about doing something like that, or they passed on doing that. A lot of them put, one place put a whalebone in it. New Hampshire had a commemorative brochure and a schedule of events poster. That's what New Hampshire had. In Nevada, they said a set of gambling chips and tokens. See, now that's kind of cool. There you go. I didn't know this. Facing economic challenges during the Great Depression, Nevada legalized gambling to generate critical revenue. The pivotal decision launched the modern era of casino gaming, which remains the state's leading industry. This collection of chips and tokens reflects the character and history of casinos across Nevada. See, now that's really neat. Now, should we send some beach sand? I mean, I'm into beach sand. Should we send a golf ball? I mean, what should we have sent? Georgia sent a commemorative coin for the Masters because that's how important that was. Would Maine have sent a lobster? I don't know. But anyways, there were a lot of different things that were picked out, but most of them, and this is a big container, so it's not a little container. Most of them were things that were flat, just like a letter. But would we have put from Greenwood? Would we have put some of the devastation from what happened with Greenwood during Helene? Those are things. Anyways, I'm going to move on here, but I just thought that would be interesting. I kind of like that. Kind of like that idea about the technology. That would really be a stretch. Kind of like maybe the original one had a telephone in it. Or how about the first cell phone? Or how about the most modern technology on an iPhone or an Android phone that was really souped up in everything, and you put it in there, and then they probably couldn't even charge it, even if you included a cable to charge it up so it could play something. Interesting. Will we even have telephones 250 years from now? Or will we just have implants in our brains? All right, well, that's a few of the things that were crossing my mind this morning. I think that could be an interesting topic for hours to talk about. But, of course, we don't have hours, and it is Take Your Dog to Work Day. Just FYI, for the record, today is the day at the museum, 10:30 to 12:30. Karen is taking Louie to work. That's right. Louie is the main character in the book Celebrate America. Celebrate America. This is a free event at the museum this morning, 10:30 to 12:30. They have all kinds of activities set up for children. The book that Karen Petit wrote is Celebrate America, The People Declare Independence. She's actually going to be reading it from it. And Karen was on the show, I think, Wednesday afternoon. We talked to her about the project of the book, and we also talked about this upcoming event. Kids will be able to see invisible ink. They'll be able to make a tricorn hat. They'll see the exhibit, and this is a great one for parents, too, for parents to see the South Carolina 250 Road to the Revolution right there at the museum in Uptown Greenwood. Free and open to all, 10:30 to 12:30, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old. They'll be able to sign a copy of the Declaration of Independence. They'll be able to get their picture taken. Lots of good stuff. I highly recommend that you go down there and check it out. Well, now to switch gears here this morning. Actually, what I want to do, when we come back after a quick break, we are going to be talking about Greenwood Data Center update. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. because everybody, of course, we just were talking about it a minute ago. We're going to be talking about it again. You're going to want to know some interesting and new facts and what else has happened out there in data center land. Da-da-da-da, data center land. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to hear our Carolina Minute here about the, well, I hope I'm going to play it. No, yes, here we go. We're going to play our new Revolutionary Minute right now. Take it away. America Revolutionary 250 Minute. An American 250 Revolutionary Moment. As America celebrates its 250th birthday, let's journey back to a remarkable day that helped shape our nation's fight for independence. Just 6 days before the Declaration of Independence was approved on July 4, 1776, a pivotal battle unfolded on the South Carolina coast. June 28th marks the Battle of Sullivan's Island, known today as Carolina Day, and the first major American military victory over the mighty British Royal Navy during the Revolutionary War. At the center of the story was Colonel William Moultrie, who was tasked with defending Charleston Harbor. Using the island's abundant palmetto trees, his men built a fort unlike any other. The walls were made of soft, resilient palmetto logs, an innovation that would soon prove invaluable. In May of 1776, a powerful British fleet of more than 50 warships sailed south with plans to crush the rebellion in South Carolina. Inside the unfinished fort stood just over 400 American defenders. Many were young and inexperienced. Supplies were limited. Gunpowder was scarce. Then, on the morning of June 28th, 9 British warships opened fire. Hour after hour, cannonballs slammed into the fort's walls. But something extraordinary happened. Instead of shattering, the palmetto logs absorbed the impact. British shot bounced away or sank harmlessly into the spongy wood. Meanwhile, the Americans carefully aimed their cannon fire. They fired fewer shots, but with deadly accuracy. By sunset, the British attack had failed. The Royal Navy was forced to retreat. More than 220 British casualties were reported, while the American defenders suffered only a fraction of those losses. The victory electrified the colonies. It proved that ordinary Americans could stand against the world's most powerful military force and win. Today, the palmetto tree remains a proud symbol on South Carolina's state flag and is the reason South Carolina is known as the Palmetto State. For 250 years, South Carolinians have remembered the courage displayed at Sullivan's Island and the patriots who helped change the course of history. This is WCRS Radio, sharing the voice of 1776, brought to you by WCRS Radio and the Issaquena Chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution. The road to the revolution in the upstate. See how our county survived and thrived during revolutionary times. Excellent opportunity to see history up close at the Greenwood Museum. Many children activities, lectures, and even a kids' day at the Greenwood Museum. Stop in Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Experience an ever-changing exhibit at the Greenwood Museum. Remember, the Greenwood Museum, dedicated to sharing, saving, and celebrating Greenwood history. Brought to you by the museum and the Greenwood County 250 Coalition. Oh, that's right. We're right back here at WCRS. That's right, WCRS. We're live on Facebook right now. Would invite you to come have a cup of coffee or listen wherever you're at, or watch us if you care. We've got me here, and I'm on the screen right now, and then we have Penny here. She's paying a lot of attention. She goes, I came to work, but not willingly. She's a hoot. She's just like, okay, I'll come be on the show with you this morning, Ann. But really, I go to work every day. So if you've got pictures of your dog taking them to work, or if they're just not going to get up and go to work today, I understand. Penny is snoozing. I'm working. All right, so here we go. The data center issue is still front and center right here in Greenwood. And I think it was yesterday, they released on Facebook a reminder. We knew that this was coming. A Greenwood Planning Department will host a drop-in information session on this Tuesday, June 30th, from 5:30 to 7 at the Veterans Auditorium in the Greenwood County Library. And this is to provide an overview of the Ordinance 2026-19, and the Planning Commission will be the one answering the questions. There will not be anybody from County Council. People will not be there. This is the Planning Commission that will be there to answer your questions. This session will focus specifically on the language and provisions in the amendment. County council members and other departments will not be in attendance, and topics outside the scope of the text amendment will not be addressed. Okay, the goal is to provide the residents a clear opportunity to review the amendment ahead of third reading. Also, on July 7th, County Council will hold its second reading and public hearing for Ordinance 2026-25, a proposed data center moratorium. So, my question is, they have gone through, and they have, according to the document that I'm looking at right here from Greenwood SC Government, They have taken the considerations of what the folks of Greenwood County were asking about, and they have changed up the text amendment so to reflect some of these changes. So it says setbacks and buffers. You can see that on page 5 through 7. Notice they did not post this on Facebook. They simply tell you it's there. Noise and infrasound, page 3, noise vibration. Internal combustion engines, diesel generators. Environmental requirements. Data center size and expansion. And they give you all the pages that this information is on. Closed loop cooling system. So they have, what they have said is that they are hosting this drop-in. They have taken into consideration the things that people have asked about. So now they want to proceed with this amendment. Now, my question to you, and the question to your council people should be, what is the rush? Why do we need to continue working so hard on this? Why don't we put the amendment in place for the moratorium and give ourselves plenty of time to make sure that it is what we want? So this is a question that perplexes me. I don't know about you, how you feel about it, but it perplexes me as to why they are pushing so hard to make this text amendment palatable, instead of saying, look, we've looked across the state. The state is considering a moratorium. Other counties are doing moratoriums, or in the way of putting together moratorium things. So why is Greenwood County such in a rush to get this done? This is what I don't understand. Now, I do understand that they could have had their second reading already on the moratorium, and they could have the moratorium set up to go on July 7th. County Council has chosen at this moment, and that really, I think, is at the purview of our chairman, Theo Lane, to not move forward with anything on the moratorium. Instead, they have chosen to move forward on, quote, fixing the text amendment so to be able to allow a data center, I think, to come in here. Instead of saying we're going to stop, we're going to take a year. You know, my feeling is on data centers, if you miss out on this one, guess what? There'll be another one coming down the pike. So we don't have to rush in and do this because we have to have this now. So that is the thing that perplexes me. Why are they moving forward with doing this text amendment when they could just do the moratorium? It does not make sense to me. Does it make sense to you? 864-332-9355. 864-332-9355. What is your opinion here, folks? Do you have an opinion about it? Are you concerned with the fact that they are still moving forward on this? Penny says she'd take a penny for your thoughts today. Tell her what you're thinking about data centers right there on our Facebook page, 864, or our Facebook page, WCRS Radio. So what do you think? Do you have an opinion? Do you think that we should be moving forward with this amendment regardless how they change it? I think those are some of the questions that perplex me. If we already had 3 county council members, Dane Pruitt put it forward, but 3 other, total 1, 2, 3 council members who were in favor of the moratorium, and yet county council has directed the planning commission and staff for the county to go ahead and fix this amendment. It's here you go. I know what I'll do. I'll just play it in a song. Here you go. Oh, is it going to play? Yes.
Have you noticed that things feel a little strange? A little peculiar? That's because we're living in bizarro world.
Yes. We are living in bizarro world because to me, the best thing that they could do, and this is my personal opinion, put that moratorium in place and let it go. Just let it go while we take the time to make sure that we are doing things and we're able to look at what other places are doing. Now, just earlier this week, hundreds packed a hearing over there in Spartanburg. They are in the throes of having a data center come there. Hundreds packed a public hearing Thursday to voice opposition to a proposed air permit for Northmark Strategies data center under construction on South Pine Street. On Pine Street. The South Carolina Department of Environmental Services held the hearing to hear public comments and concerns as the agency is reviewing the company's permit application. In April of 2025, Northmark Strategies announced a $2.8 billion operation to convert the former Kohler manufacturing plant into a high-performance computing center. On March 4th of 2026, see, this is what happens. The company filed this new permit application to create 11 additional natural gas-powered turbines as part of the permit application. So that was why the hearing was scheduled. Northmark held a teletown Wednesday to address concerns from residents ahead of the public hearing. But people are upset. Prior to the hearing, an information session was held at the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium. DES staff were present to explain the permit process, while representatives from Spartanburg Water and Valera Holdings, a subsidiary of Northmark, answered attendees' questions. If we were not to receive the permit, we would have to go back to the drawing board and see what's next, said the company's representative. Knox said the company does anticipate future expansion plans for the site. Our main goal with the public tonight is to be open and transparent, she added. I'm here to listen to the folks as they have comments. Residents repeatedly urged state officials to deny the permit, citing concerns about air pollution, transparency, and the project's potential impact on the community. See, this in Spartanburg, they jumped in for a data center, and now they're having very many second thoughts, and the data center is asking for to change the permit, to change some of the things in it, and wants to be able to, for future expansion. Well, the residents, as I said, have urged them to deny the permit. Other attendees said the event was too little too late, emphasizing that the hearing's significance goes beyond air quality. I feel like what's being done today should have been done in 2025, one speaker said. This hearing is about much more than the generators. It's about trust. It's about transparency, another resident said. You do remember that in Spartanburg, the people rose up about another data center and were able to drive it out of Spartanburg. The people that were bringing the data center said this is just too complicated and left. Now, I don't know where they were going. I heard conversation about going to North Carolina, but they left Spartanburg. This one has been in progress here for absolutely a while. It says, despite overwhelming opposition, DES officials told 7 News public opinion will not determine if the permit is approved. So regardless of the people's desire to have this denied, the DES said that they could still go ahead and approve it. It says it's based on the regulatory requirements, the federal and state air quality requirements, said Rhonda Thompson, Chief DES Bureau of Air Quality. So our decision is based on that. In other words, we don't really give a crap about what the people say. This is my problem. So the facility had already been approved by DES to generate its own power using 24-hour natural gas generators on site. So, taking that into consideration, it says, according to DES, there is no timeline for a final decision on the permit, as the review process could take several months. The DES will continue to take comments through July 31st, but they don't have to. The comments could have very little to do with their decision. Here, I think, is the problem. Once one of these gets in motion, it's very hard to stop the motion. Many of you were listening, I believe, or I've talked about it, when Mark Allison talked about the dog food company and how there wasn't supposed to be any smell, and then there was smell, and then they put some scrubbers in, and it's better. But it's not great. It's not great air quality. You can still drive by there and get the dog food smell over there in Hodges, right there on 25. So the question is, why put yourself, and this is addressing the text amendment that they are currently County Council is currently looking at to make a decision on July 7th about whether to go forward with this or to do the moratorium. So the question is, why not put the moratorium in place, take our time, and also see how other cities and counties and whatever across our state, and what is the state going to do about moratoriums? As you can see by this article that I just referenced that was this week in Spartanburg, once they're in, it's very difficult for them to get out, and they just keep, as any business or anything, well, if I can get this, maybe I can get this. You always want to get more than what was actually planned. So Spartanburg could be in a hurting place as far as stopping this, and why should we put ourselves in Greenwood in a situation such as this? What is the rush in doing this amendment? Why not, I'll use the word, push the moratorium through and get that done, which they could do. If I don't know if you've noticed, but Monday, City Council is having probably a 2-minute meeting about allowing the city manager to enter into a contract, which they've already discussed, but she needed the ability to continue working on it. They'll be in there maybe 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. They've got to say the Pledge of Allegiance. They've got to gavel in. They've got to do this. They'll vote on it. Boom, they'll be out. That's all it would take to put that reading of the moratorium on the books to be on a trajectory to be put in place. So I don't think you'd have many people. You could have your public hearing. I doubt if there would be many people that would be against it. There might be a couple, but still, less than an hour, I'm sure that meeting could move forward. So you should be asking your county council people, why not go with the moratorium? Since it's on the floor, as been brought up and has been put on the agenda, why not go for that? If they meet on July 7th, and if nothing is done accordingly, they could go ahead and approve the text amendment that they have, but they would not be able to, unless they have another meeting here, be able to put the moratorium in effect. So I just think it's kind of, what's the rush? That's my question. What is the rush? Is there a rush? That's the question. Is there a rush that we don't know about? That's what I want to know. So what do you think? 864-332-9355, 864-332-9355. Do you have an opinion on this? Let's see. FYI, somebody just sent in this. Lots of lights. Traffic lights are out around Lander and on Main Street. Perhaps remind people to treat them like 4-way stops. Oh, okay. That's just a message that came in. I don't know what's causing that, but you should be aware. Treat it like a 4-way stop. Don't be barreling through these lights out. Don't be barreling through. You could end up in an accident there. So thank you very much for giving us that piece of advice. All right, so that's my data center conversation. What is the rush? Why? Don't forget, though, if you'd like to go and check out how they have redone the text amendment for the data center, to put the data center conditions on the books, you can go Tuesday, June 30th, 5:30 to 5:30 to 7. 5:30 to 7 on June 30th. They will not have any county council people. They have the planning commission will be there. Their only conversation will be about any questions that you could have about the new things that they have added to this text amendment, which is actually 2026-19, is to put that data center regulations in effect. So if you have interest, if you have concern, you should be there. One of the other things, just in closing on this, I have seen some movement on Facebook talking about getting a group that comes in to, what shall we say, argue, a group of lawyers, I guess, actually, that come in and argue on behalf of putting a moratorium in effect. From what I understand, there is not a cost, but they have been asking in that big group that does that is very involved in what's happening on county council. What is it? Residents for, I'm not sure what the title is, but anyways, you can find it on Facebook, and if need be, I can send you a copy of it. So let me know, 864-332-9355. Should we actually be looking at that? That is the question that is out there. Okay. That's my heavy topic for today, folks. Data centers. July 7th, be aware, we could have a data center amendment passed. We could be sitting here within the next few days knowing that there is a data center coming our way. If you want to stop it, the only way to stop it that I see right now is the moratorium. All the regulations in the world doesn't stop it. It just says these are the regulations. Anyways, Friday topic. Amen. Looking at America through different lights, different eyes. 250 years from now, will it all matter? Will we have data centers all over Greenwood? Will we have pictures of way it was? We should put a railroad track, a piece of a railroad track in the 250 time capsule from Greenwood, and a picture of the widest main street in the United States of America at one time. Now that would be cool if we were doing something from Greenwood, South Carolina. All right, couple of things I do want to remind you of that are going on. It is the Festival of Stars this weekend. So if you'd like to go to the Festival of Stars, it actually opens to, well, it opened a soft opening yesterday with rides and everything. The big event is for this weekend. It opens this afternoon. I think it's 4 o'clock. And they'll have all kinds of music and whatnot going on. So that's pretty cool. I hope you're going to get out and enjoy that. Because it is a rite of passage of things that are great that are coming up. So let's see, where is my notes here? Yes, where is my notes? Right there. Okay, there we go. Let's well, where is it? Yes, this should be right. Take it away. Okay, so make sure that if you would like to go to that event, that you get over there and check it all out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and it is going to be fireworks. So that is coming up this afternoon. They will be opening that up. They've got all kinds of rides and all that good stuff going on. Friday, the festival is from 4 to 10. We've got some great music that'll be playing there. They're going to have the 4th South Carolina Regiment of Artillery kickoff, following with music from Trey Steffens at 6 p.m., followed by Surrender Cobra, A Month of Mondays, and headliners G3N, founded in 2024 with a great group of artists. So good evening there. Saturday, they're open, I believe, from 10 to 10. Starting at 1 p.m. will be the music. They've got arts and crafts and all kinds of good things going on over there, and rides, and more rides. They also will have, they're going to have a car show, yes. So that'll be fun to do the car show. Fortner Motors from 10 to 2 right there on Main Street at Fortner Motors. So check that out, near Fortner Motors, with payouts for entries, including vehicles, motorcycles, and more, plus craft vendors and food trucks will be on hand. Now, the scavenger hunt also on Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon. One of the final events for the month for the South Carolina Festival of Flowers in June in Greenwood is the Pollinator Week, celebrating the celebration and scavenger hunt. It's free and it's happening rain or shine. So it says make your way to the edible garden located behind the Uptown Farmers Market. And that's, I guess, where the event does start. So they also are going to be having flags, buntings, and more in recognition of the 250th on Lake Greenwood. So if you're out on the lake, you should be able to see all these on the decks, and the boats and everything should all be should be decked out for the 4th of July. I think that would be neat if you're out there on the lake, go and ride by and see what different docks are doing. So check that out. That will be going on through July 7th. That's a couple of things that are going on. Do want to remind you that the museum has their Road to the Revolution, but also from 10:30 to 12:30 today is a children's event about Celebrate America. Yes, 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 Celebrate America. So Penny is scratching me. She says, I want to go. Penny, you want to go? Let's go. Okay, she loves to take a ride and go. So there she is. Look at her in the back there. All right, so Celebrate America, the people declare independence. That's going to be pretty cool. Anyways, more and more events are going on all weekend long. You know, I love sharing all this. They are having, let's see if I can find it here now. Yes, there's Penny with her sunglasses on. Oh my God, she is such a hoot. You know, and she just is so good about letting me put these things on her. It's just, it's so great, so great. Okay, let's see. What else did we have here to talk about? Good things that I have clipped and put on my Facebook page. Next Saturday, 4th of July, to remember, celebrate the 250th anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration of Independence, 9:30 to 10:30 at the Greenwood County Veterans Center. They will be reading a copy of the Declaration of Independence. They will have some people dressed as reenactors. So that's just going to be a short ceremony there that you might like to check out. This is one I don't know that much about, but I did want to mention it. Hashtag Forever 141 Memorial Fundraiser in honor of Sergeant Don D.J. Keller. They're having a hunting and outdoor gear raffle. Now that will be this Saturday, drawing date from 3 to 6, location Uptown Market on Maxwell, so that's from 3 to 6. This all 100% of the money, I guess, is going to DJ's family. Rolling Dough is going to be there selling donuts. Nothing else, just donuts. And how could that be more appropriate for the police department than to be selling donuts? So they are joining them. They said they will be donating 100 of our sales to his family. We will only be serving donuts, which I think is such a hoot, because police, donuts, they just kind of go together. So they'll be set up from 3 to 6 on Saturday, Uptown Market. Come out and support a great cause. So please, if you'd like to go and support DJ, they would love to have you, but they will be raffling, hunting and outdoor gear raffles. So I'm sure they'll have a good selection of things that will be available for that. We've talked about the information center. That is going on Tuesday. Don't forget about that. By the way, Fenway's Pharmacy has been gathering up watermelons and all kinds of good stuff. So go check them out over there at Fenway's Pharmacy right over there. You'll be glad you did. Spaceballs is the throwback movie on Sunday night. Spaceballs on the big screen. Mel Brooks directed this hilarious spoof of Star Wars in which Captain Lone Star battles the diabolic Dark Helmet. That was such a funny movie. Celebrate Mel Brooks' 100th birthday with Spaceballs. It's on Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday, July 1st. You can check out times and more at pccmovies.com or just put in Premiere Movies in Greenwood. All the movies will come up, but that's a pretty cool. All right. Also, over in Clinton, I found this interesting. They're having a cruise-in Saturday, June 27th from 9 to 12, 304 Jacobs Highway over there in Clinton. So that'll be going on. And, of course, the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise is just about ready next week. Not this coming week, the following week after the 4th. I'll be rocking and rolling right here with artists, and blues artists that are coming to Greenwood. We'll have them on the telephone line. We'll be talking to them. We'll be playing a little of their music, and we'll be telling you where they are going to play. The idea behind this has always been, let us help you decide who you're going to see, because there's so many acts there. It's very hard to see them all. So I hope you will tune in. We'll be live on Facebook as well as live on the radio, and of course streaming from here to the space station. You can always catch us at WCRS 1450 AM.net. So there you go. Those are some of the things that I know about. I'm sure there is even more out there. I know there's more out there. And Fat Daddy's wanted me to remind you, pre-order for July 4th, pulled pork, brisket, chicken, ribs, and hash. Call 864-223-9111 for your barbecue emergencies. That's right. So, some of the things I know coming up, they're also having at the Greenwood Premier Theaters a family movie pajama party Saturday, June 27th. So they're going to have donuts and orange juice and Toy Story and more. Check that out at Greenwood Premier Cinemas. So that's some of the things that I know about and I wanted to share with you. By the way, I hope you remember from yesterday that over there at the 96 Elementary School, they were having a Greenwood County free food distribution. Don't know if they're out. It started at 9 o'clock this morning. They could be out, but they could not. If you're over in that area, I'd say jump in the car and go over there and see. You don't even have to get out of the car. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you put on your calendar to be there on Tuesday evening, 5:30 to 7 at the Greenwood, at the library, at the Greenwood Veterans Auditorium there, where they have county council meetings and so much more. They will be having that information session. But I also encourage you to talk to your county council members and just ask them what is the rush in putting forth this amendment, since that moratorium is on the table. Why don't we see about making that moratorium come through quickly rather than spending the time working it out over meetings? Putting the moratorium in effect seems to me to be a better way to go. So why not do the moratorium and work on your regulations? And if you even decide you want data centers in your community or in our area, That is a question that is going to impact us for many, many, many years, probably forever, probably for the next 250 years. Well, Penny, what have you got to say? If you got anything else to say here today? I'm tired of the show. I want out. I want to go out. I want to have my breakfast. Why do you make me work like this? Can we get outside? Yes, Penny, we can. Have a great weekend. I'll be back in the morning right here on Trash to Treasures along a country road. Bye-bye, everybody. Take it away.